Hey everybody, Cody here,
And Canyon.
and we're here with the second episode of Golden Hour, the first episode where we know the title of our podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We did not know that.
We did not know that.
Now all we need is a theme song and something hooky, you know what I mean?
It has to be really 90s.
Yeah.
I want like a really 90s. Doop-a-doop-doop-doop. And you get a soundboard.
Yeah, we do need a soundboard.
We should get a soundboard.
But until then, you're just going to have to deal with us talking into a boot because, again, we are having audio issues, which I think is just something that's going to happen for a while until I figure my shit out, which I have not done yet. So anyway, let's just get right into this thing.
Let's do it.
Cold.
Yeah, cold is the theme.
Cold was the theme for this day, and we both went super cold with it. Like, we took it real literally.
Definitely. If we only would have the winter snowy days we've been having on that day.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
It would have looked a lot better.
The funny thing is that day it was like 65 degrees outside, which is rare because we're in Iowa, so it should have been like it is now where we have 13 inches of snow on the ground.
Yep.
But, you know, you get what you get.
Oh,
so the first photo we're going to look at is canyons right here.
What a little effect.
Yep. I really like this photo. It's a good one.
No, I'm really happy with it. Like the days I wish I could rearrange them. So for like dark, I wish I would have had that for my dark photo. Almost a little because the water looks so black, and I could have made it way more. I could have took the blue tones out and everything. But no, I'm really happy with it. Lucas Masterson totally killed it. Has no problem getting in horrible situations. Like it was pretty cold that day, and I mean that's over on the Hamilton side of the river, so you got the wind blowing from the river. Pretty hardcore stuff.
How long was he in the water for?
Oh, we went quick. It was like 10 minutes, maybe less than that. No, I just thought like dark, alone, anxiety. Or shit, no, this was cold. Same thing though. Alone, anxiety, cold. Not so like it kind of captures like the straightforward like temperature aspect of the theme, but more or less like you're surrounded by nothing and it just feels really cold and alone. And yeah, like really that concept was actually pretty easy to do. I was pretty happy with it.
I really like the contrast in this image. That I'm assuming that's the 85.
Yes. Oh yeah, because it was all swampy around it, so I had to like keep my distance a little bit without falling and drop my camera.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I love the rich blacks in that photo. For some reason, that lens really captures blacks as well.
Yeah, no, the other thing I was going to do, and I think I told you, was I was going to wait till night and do like a flashlight Stranger Things type thing, but I didn't want to waste my light. So, yeah. Yeah, oh, God, I keep confusing it with dark.
Oh, yeah.
I keep looking at that photo. I keep thinking dark. So spoilers for the upcoming photos. Oh man, I am all over myself today.
I mean, dude, today's been what I'm noticing about this doing these like weekly podcast things.
They're running together.
Yeah, and not just that, but my like ability to get my shit done because I have to get the photo done before we do this.
Yeah.
So I just fucking scramble around like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Until we do this, just hoping I get something. Like today, I did 3 photo shoots before I got my photo for today.
Yeah.
But it ended up working all right.
Yeah, no, overall, I love the photo. Actually, I did have another concept, and I would have done it if it had snowed like this, is I was hoping for like a big, one of those like, you know, at Walmart where they just pile up the snow, carving out like a little, like full tunnel, but just like a little cave, and same concept, huddled together, like fetal position, just snow. But
yeah, that would have been nice.
Mother Nature. So.
All right, on to mine.
Oh, I love it. No, this is... the only thing, I wish it had more ice, but I know she would have died.
Well, we did at first. Like, it just melted so quickly. Like, that water was cold as it was. I thought we were going to have more time. But, like, I got a few images where, like, she's just covered in ice. And I like those pictures, but I really wanted her to look cold.
Yeah.
And she and her, like, I don't think I explained the concept well enough to her because she was, like, trying to make it look like the ice wasn't affecting her. Which, the images turned out great.
Yeah.
But it didn't fit what I was going for.
But what's nice, though, like, even if she, like, wasn't trying to look cold, her skin looks really cold, which is dope. That's what I like a lot about it. It almost looks, like, lifeless. Like, I mean, it could get really dark. It looks like she's drowned.
Yeah, which
But-
I mean, she was such a trooper. Like she breathed in when she was underwater, because I'm pretty sure that was like her first time.
Yeah.
You know, especially in a photo like that.
Definitely.
So like this took quite a bit of time.
It's hard, man. I did a photo like with water like that, submerging myself, and it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. No, she killed it.
Yeah, that's Chelsea, by the way. She really did kill it. I didn't think I was gonna find anybody to do this because, like, it's not a very attractive, you know, like concept to be like, hey, come over here and nearly freeze to death for a photo.
Definitely.
And it wasn't like, you know, like a lot of the time you can fake the coldness, especially in a bathtub.
Oh,
you know? Like you can have it at least lukewarm. But with these, you couldn't, because if the water was any warmer at all, the ice would have melted instantly.
Yeah.
I think it turned out pretty good.
Oh, I think it looks great.
I agree with you. I wish that I would have had a little more ice to work with, but it melted so quick.
Yeah, and fucking ice is expensive.
Well, I took we have like the fridge with the ice maker
gotcha,
in it. So I just took every ice cube out of the thing, which ended up being kind of like a dick move on my part, because later on that night, my brother and his girlfriend were here and they wanted to drink a little bit.
Yeah.
And there was no ice for them.
Man.
So they just had to have lukewarm Bacardi, which doesn't sound all that great.
That's the American classic. I like how, because I'm assuming you use flash, right?
Yeah.
I like how it gives that shimmer to the water, which looks really nice.
See, that's the thing about it I don't like.
Really?
Yeah, like I wish that shimmer wouldn't be there. For me, the shimmer is distracting.
I feel like the shimmer makes it not look like a bathtub, like to an extent. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I guess
yeah.
that you might want that to be for the photo, but
I guess I never even assumed.
like it kind of acts like the sun.
Yeah, I guess it kind of does. It kind of makes me like it a little more than I did.
Good.
So. This theme was sunrise.
I did not want to do a sunrise. I don't think either one of us wanted to do a
not
fucking
at all.
sunrise.
I did though. I did.
Yeah, I was hungover. I did not wake up.
So was I. I was still drunk when I woke up.
Oh
actually.
my god. You're
Well,
a trooper, man.
Like I got to do it because you never know. Like when you're using people, you never know if some shit's gonna come up and they're not gonna be able to do the shoot. So I'm like,
all the time.
I need something. So if I don't have a model, I still have something.
Yeah.
But anyway, your photo is super dope. I like it a lot.
I love it. I thought of the idea the day before when I was walking around, because I go to Goodwill like every goddamn day for one, photo purposes, to look for vintage toys and just find random shit. And I saw that and I was like, oh man, that looks pretty cool. I could just add, like, I didn't know how I was going to add. I didn't know if I was going to have Kayla like paint a sun on it. And then I was like, well, my default is fire. So I got lucky with that shot because it looks like I picked it because it looks like a circle. Everything else made it look like the field was on fire. But yeah, no, it looks great. I'm really happy with how it looked on the wall because
Did you shoot this inside or outside?
Outside, and it was right when the sun was coming down. So I still had like that gold light, and then the bottom is still shadowy. So it worked with the photo because the like right here, more of the darkness covered the grass, and then on the horizon was the sun. So the actual natural light really helped with the photo a lot, which I was pretty happy with. And the cops didn't get called because there was a lot of smoke. So
it's also nice. What I really like about it is you can tell whatever you sprayed on it, you see the lines dripping into the...
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah, I'm happy. It's my desktop right now, like
is it?
background. It just like nice and flat. Looks good.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it does look like a wallpaper. I'm cool.
Happy with it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. What was that? I was going to ask you something about it, but I don't remember. Is this with the 85 too?
No, that's with the 35.
Such a sharp lens.
Oh yeah, those Sigmas are great. Sponsor us.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like guilty when you destroy artwork like that?
I had talked. Me and Kayla were joking about that the whole time we were like doing, because she helped me do the spray paint. I don't think it's bad when you're destroying art to create art.
Yeah.
I look at it from that sense. I mean, it was in Goodwill. No one was. I mean, it was like $2. I guess what sucks is that money didn't go to the artist. I forgot who. I don't know. Can you zoom in on these? Oh, crap. You can actually see the artist's name on a little plaque at the bottom.
Really?
I can't.
Cool.
I should have tagged him in the. I was kind of afraid to tag. I don't know if he's alive or dead or even has like social media.
What if you ruined like a priceless image?
Oh my god!
like what if that's just like one of those things that nobody knew what they had, and then you didn't know what you had either, and now it's just gone forever?
Oh yeah.
I mean, probably
that's a terrifying thought because it definitely wasn't like a print. It was like a legit painting. Yeah, we threw it away afterwards.
There's this project. I can't remember what it's called, but that's what this kind of reminds me of. And what they do is these artists find like old paintings like this, like scenes, and then they paint like monsters and shit.
I've seen that, and I want to get one really bad.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
So anyway, mine was shot with Morgan Harrison.
Yeah, I'm really happy you did this one because I was like, that's such a straightforward, simple, but clean idea for this.
Yeah, well, see, I gotta give credit where it's due. Actually, twice in a row, I didn't do this with the last picture. You're the one that gave me the idea for the ice cubes because I told you I was just gonna do something like in water, and you're like, oh, dude, it'd be awesome if you threw ice cubes in it.
There you go.
And then I totally did.
Good.
So that wasn't my original idea. And then with this, the day that I shot with Heather, when she had the book. That was sparkly.
Oh yeah, you were saying this.
I was telling her that I wasn't excited about this day because I'm not a big fan of landscape photos, and I didn't. I was like, what else can you do if it's called sunset? You have to do a sunset. And she's like, well, not really. Like, what if you did like a tequila sunrise?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a really good idea.
That's the one.
I'm stealing that as well.
That's good. No, that's how you should do it, man. That's for sure.
But yeah, what's really kind of interesting about this is originally my idea was I wanted to make it kind of pop arty. So we went to the studio and I had a baby blue background.
Yeah, I saw those.
And I really liked them, but there was something about it just seemed like it was missing something. And the studio is right across the street from Whitey's, which is a bar. And
I saw you on the way in.
Yeah, you did. It was really funny because he screamed out of his window. He's like, "What you doing?" And I'm like, taking photos. I'm like, "What you doing?" He's like, editing photos. Small town shit.
Oh yeah. I think at least what I like the red ones, but why I like this better is the red ones I think focus more on her.
Yeah.
And to an extent, like not. It looks like she's just modeling with a drink in her hand. This, I mean, similar, but more or less like I feel like the drink is more prominent in the photo the environment. I think like a drink matches the environment. It looks better.
I had a hell of a time getting these because on the way in I had one of my studio lamps with me, and my tripod piece for the lamp wasn't all the way tied down, and it hit the ground and the bulb broke.
Oh, shit.
So all I had, like I wanted to have a dual light setup, but I only had the one flash at that point. So I just had to use that.
You could have just came over and got one of mine.
I didn't even think about it. I should have done that. But I'm really happy with it.
No, it looks great.
Morgan always kills it. She's
her
always
lips
great.
look really good with the drink.
Yeah, and she actually had me so nervous about these because I usually don't let people look at the pictures in the camera. It's just like a general rule of mine, you know. But with her, I let her because we shot so many times. And, you know, just like usually she makes me feel really excited, like, oh, I love this one, I love this one. But she's looking through them. And I could just tell by the look on her face that she's like, I don't know about these, man.
That's like the worst part about showing people. Because they're always like, yo, you caught me in the wrong angle. It's just like, just wait.
Like, just wait till give me a minute. Yeah, wait till the edit's done, and then you'll see.
Definitely.
And luckily, when I sent them to her, she's like, oh, these are way better than I thought they were going to be. Like, well, thank you, because you had me goddamn nervous.
That's the worst.
But yeah, she killed it. And what was really cool about it is the bar wasn't even empty. There were people there. Devin Laundry was there getting drunk. A few other people were there, and they just had to sit and watch while we were doing these weird photos.
There you go.
And they kept like interjecting like little opinions, like that one's gonna be good. That's gonna be a good one, just right there.
Man. Just fucking DJ
which
Cal.
Which is great. Fucking 4 drunk hype men. I need that for every shoot I do.
I love it.
But yeah, so that was my idea, tequila sunrise.
Looks good.
Which is also, by the way, my drink of choice when I drink.
Is it?
If it's not whiskey, it's tequila sunrise.
That's fair. Never had one, but I'll have to try it.
You should, because they're delicious.
This one was fucking hard for me because like I love my boots, so I was like, man. I think I originally was thinking about like tying my boots together and putting them up in like a tree, not like a tall tree, but just like a low hanging branch, and doing kind of like a fucking found these boots kind of, I don't know, just like my boots are super important because they're the first black like pair of boots I've ever bought on my own. They're black and they're Tim's. I love them so much. I've had them for like almost 2 years now, and they're the only shoes that I've like kept up with me. So
sponsor us.
Yeah, sponsor us, Tim's. Love them. I just didn't know what to do. And you had already sent me your photos, and I was like, fuck. I was like, these are dope. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because I was like, oh, that's such a good idea. Now I don't really and I was gonna do just my boots, and I was like, fuck, he went kind of a conceptual art way, and I was like, now I gotta do something weird. So
yeah, I'm kind of curious about how you actually got this. Did you shoot everything at the same focal length so the bokeh would line up with it?
Yeah, I had to. So basically, you need to get a goddamn controller. You need to get the one I have. It's only like $20, and it's my favorite piece of equipment. So I just had that on my. I think it's just on my camera on the ground with that, and I had it shooting for like 90 photos with like 3-second intervals. So basically, I took a few shots of the boots, and then I would take one boot out. I would immediately put my arm there, and then just do a couple like that with my hand doing different things, and then I put that boot back, and then did the other boots, and I just layered it with each other.
Right on. That's cool.
And then I did some burning to make it look a little better. I want to be better at doing weird stuff like that, weird Photoshop stuff like that, but I usually just like hide all my mistakes.
I think that's exactly what I do too, honestly.
Like with analog, I just grain just like I make it look really vintagey. And yeah, no, I'm happy with it. I wish what I wanted to do, and I was getting too frustrated and I was running out of daylight. I wanted it to look like I was like getting ready to tie the shoes with the hands coming out of the boots.
That would have been cool.
But I didn't know how I would do that.
Yeah, that would have been really hard to like line the strings up and shit.
Yeah, it would have been really frustrating. So happy with it. I stuck weird with it. I didn't just take a photo of my damn boots. So
yeah, I really like the colors in it. I think it's got a nice I like the sepia look to it. Yeah. It has like that washed out, grainy look. I was curious what lens you used with this too.
That one was with that actually was with the 24-70 because I wanted to keep like at a 2.8 at least. So where like, because oh man, it would have with me wanting to do 1.4, I would have fucked up the hand. Like, you know what I mean? Like I needed like a fall, like that 2.8 is a fallback. So if I get the boot, at least the hand will be somewhat in focus a little bit. So yeah, that's the lens I use, and it worked out pretty well.
You are way braver with those full open photos than I am. Like when I use the 24-70, when I'm at 2.8, I'm nervous with every shot.
Really?
Yeah, every shot. And I like if when I'm on my art lens, I have to have it in the video mode, zoomed up, to get that focal point that I want.
And I do that when I have time. Weddings, I'm always just like, fuck. Should I do it? Should I do it?
But you always do, and they always turn out dope.
Yeah, that's why I like having two I usually have like the 85 on the. Either that or the 35 at 1.4 and the other one at like just in case, like 2.8. Yeah, but yeah, I'm happy with it. I wanted to go. That day was props
cold,
to Jordan because like originally I was just gonna have like an arm crawling out of a boot, like an old boot. I was like, I didn't want to go outside. I was like, I'm not going outside today. And then I saw yours, and I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, I didn't want to go outside at all, but I realized that the first idea that I get usually I just got to go with it. Because if I think about it too hard, it's like not going to work.
Definitely. I agree.
Anyway, so here's my shot. Super huge props to Jordan Reynolds for this, because this dude literally almost died.
He's been coming through in a clutch.
Yeah. Like, first of all, we got there, and immediately when we got out of the car, I also want to give props to Mabin Mitchell, who helped find the girl that was the boot for the photo.
Yeah, I didn't know who that was.
Without it wouldn't have worked at all. But the second we got out of the car, it was already, like, we were shivering and cold and shit.
It was bad.
It was really
cold. Bad that day.
And then, like, I could tell that, like, Jordan was stoked on the idea until we started doing it. And then he was like, I could see it in his face, like, I don't know about this, man. But he just did it. He put the blindfold on. And not only did he stick his face in the water, but then he sucked water in and spit it out. So it gave that, like, splash effect.
That was Kayla's favorite photo.
Yeah.
We were looking at it. She's like, yeah, I like the water spit.
I wish, like, I like the spit photo too, but I like the way her boot looks in this.
I agree. The spit one's my least favorite, only because it like you can't see his mouth or nose. You know what I mean?
And I felt like she was a little scared of hurting him because his face is literally on rocks and shit. Yeah. Like, my original idea wasn't even going to involve water at all. Mm-hmm. He was just going to be in the mud, and I wanted, like, a boot squishing his face. Like,
that'd have been cool.
You know, but then we were walking across the creek, and it was Jordan's idea, actually. It's like, what if I put my face in the water? Mm. And I'm not going to say no to that because, that's a good fucking idea. Idea thief all the way. 3 days in a row here.
I'm going to ask the question I think everybody wants to ask. Is this a BDMS inspired photo?
No, actually. I didn't really have an idea for it. What I'm noticing is, remember when you told me you're really into crowns lately? Mm-hmm. I'm noticing, and it's not because of fucking, what's that movie called? The Bird Box? Is that what it's called?
Fucking Bird Box. The blindfolds.
Yeah.
Blindfolds.
Like, I'm so into fucking blindfolds lately.
Bird Box.
I
did my photo today, and I felt bad because I was like, I hate this movie. But I guess this is an idea. But the blindfolds are dope.
Yeah, and this is also, as far as this image goes, this is the only edit of the day where I didn't Photoshop his reflection to make it more like there.
Oh, really?
And all the other photos, I literally took the image
and then
flipped it,
faded it,
and then brought it in, and then faded it into the rocks because it didn't give me that oomph.
Yeah. But
this one, the reflection is so clear.
It's great.
And it fits perfectly. So this might be my favorite of this week for me.
It's pretty great. Yeah, because I was like, when I was like getting some BDSM vibes from it, I was like, oh man, maybe. Like, I was trying to think how I would have done it. And I would have either done a girl or a guy, but like with a baseball bat or something, because it looked like he getting the shit beat out of him or something. Yeah, looks like he did something wrong.
That was my only idea. Is like, I want to make it look like he's being punished for something.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, so my favorite photo is the one he's in the water, but it's the one that angled downward.
Oh, on his neck.
I really like that one because that looked freaking brutal.
Yeah,
like, it looked pretty brutal. Like, I was like, oh man, that.
Yeah,
I like the angle too.
I like that image too, but I like it. It really is like picking children here with these, because you can't necessarily pick the best photo. You have to pick the one that fits the word the best.
Yep, that's true.
And I just felt like this one fit the word better than the other ones did.
No, it looks great. The colors are awesome. The oranges and blues, that's my favorite.
Yeah, that was kind of a pain in the ass too. Like, in the original photo, like before I edited the raw, I was really worried because the trees were all blown out in it.
Oh yeah.
But I was able to like burn and dodge enough to make it work. So anyway, on to the next one.
I love this photo.
Yeah, so do I. This might be my favorite one from you for this week.
Oh man, it's tough. This one I love because I've been wanting to do something with that tree because I was like, man, that's a dope.
That's
tree.
in Hamilton, right?
Yeah, that's in Hamilton. I was like, oh man, I could do so much shit with that.
I was really, really pissed off when I saw these. Not at you, at myself, because for fucking years I've been like, I'm gonna use a hollow tree sometime, and now I feel like I can't. It's been done.
It's a good tree. My original idea was I had one smoke bomb left, and it wasn't as good as my other ones because I wanted it to be like almost like a different dimension type thing where like the entire tree was just smoke. And you could see the outside of the tree, but the gateway would have been just smoke, and it would have been his arm coming out of it to the sides, all over, and I was gonna edit all in a bunch of arms, like just look really fucking dark. Mm-hmm. But they would not fill that tree up because the thing about that tree is there's a bunch of branches. Like it goes it goes up.
Yeah.
Like that's a pretty hollow tree. So it kept like leaking out smoke from the back, and we just could not get the fill, and he was dying. So this is Lucas Masterson again, killing it for me. Always coming in the clutch. And always down to pop the shirt off. That I don't know why, but it's just so damn exposing and raw to me. Whether it's a girl or a guy or what.
Sometimes clothes ruin a picture for me.
Yeah, it really does. Like, there's just nothing more artistic than like the actual human form to me.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. And you know, like you as a photographer, you catch flack for that because especially when you're working with a girl, because someone is always like, "Oh, you just like seeing chicks half naked," and it's like I do. Like, it's not that I don't. Yeah. But it's not. That's not what it's about. You know.
Well, like when I was doing the photos of Callista that had a bunch of controversy, like. I can't even begin to tell you how what's the word I'm looking for?
Like sexual?
Like sexual it was. Like it was so just like, I mean, we're in the Mississippi. She's like cold and shivering and fucking like muddy and shit. I'm just like, oh fuck. I'm trying to think of what to like. Not one point. I was just constantly thinking ideas. Like it was even awkward because somebody rolled up. Like there was some dude fishing down there when we did that photo shoot. Yeah, and he just walked by. He didn't say a word.
I mean, what are you gonna say?
Yeah, but like it's just you're a piece of shit photographer if you put people in vulnerable positions, whether it be a guy or a girl, where they are like exposed, and you make them feel awkward or in danger,
or you're doing it as a kink for yourself.
Yeah, or a kink for yourself. Like, I mean, it's one thing if you like do boudoir photos and stuff like that. Like for sure, that's what people contact you for. But
even then,
if you,
it's like photography when you're in that mode. I don't know about you, but me when I'm in that mode, that is me at my least primal. You know, I'm trying to get the focus right, to make sure like the ISOs are good and everything.
Definitely.
I am so not in a sexual mindset when I have my camera around my neck. And I think that's something where if you're not a photographer, you probably don't know, you know, because like you just see the finished product. And like it's always creepy for me when someone talks to me about it, because I feel like in their head they just have this, like I'm behind the camera just like getting my rocks off doing these photos. Yeah. It's like I'm getting my creative rocks off.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like, well, what's that? Well, it's an actual quote, but then they do it in Parks and Rec. Like, I don't know how to describe pornography, but I know it when I see it. Yeah. And it's just like, you know, it's not. Like, come on, like you're just trying to make something darker than it actually is. But anyway,
see, that's the thing though. It's like one man's smut is another person's art. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think everybody's definition of what pornographic is different.
Like
not everybody, but like we're so far off track.
We are so. This is just something that's been pissing me off.
Yeah.
This is a pretty hot topic in the photography scene right now, especially I feel like in the Midwest, a lot of creeps out there giving photographers a bad name. Like, you know, when I do a fucking wasn't even showing nude, but like a girl exposed, you know, you got people who are like, you're a fucking predator. It's just like, no, I'm not. Please don't say that. That is not what this is about. But then there are predators out there, like a lot, and I've seen a lot of photography communities put them on blast, and thank God, because it needs to happen. You
can tell just when you see the image, like sometimes a smutty image looks cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it can look cool, but there's like such a fine line between like, it's like a thin veneer between like looking smutty because the intention is to look smutty, and then feeling smutty because the person shooting them is like a creep. You know what I mean? Definitely. And I don't like, that's the thing where I'm like, I can't tell you what it is, but I know it when I see it. Type of thing, you know?
Definitely. Oh yeah.
But
anyway, back on track. I love this photo. Just exposed, really kind of demonic, dark.
Love the hands. The hands are, you're really good at posing hands.
See, I was just like, hey man, because I just kept saying go. I was like, every time I said go, switch up the hands. And then I kind of wanted his arms to go with the tree, so I was like, hey, get your arm a little bit higher. It was definitely a team effort.
One thing, not this image specifically, but the other ones where the tree, the hands are like coming out of the limbs and stuff. There's this song called Flamingo by a rapper named Token, and remind me to show it to you because they are so reminiscent of that music video. Like hands are a big part of the video. They just like creep in. And,
oh, that's tight.
but it's so similar to, and I know you haven't seen it.
I haven't.
But it was so weird to me because I've been so into that song lately, and then I was like looking through your photos. I'm like, I'm gonna put Flamingo on while I look. It
was tough to not pick one of those. No, I love it.
I think you picked the right one. Yeah, this was my favorite one. I love the smoke.
The smoke looks good. You could kind of see his midsection. I just blacked that out because I was like, I want it to kind of just coming out of the darkness. Yeah, one of my favorite photos for sure.
Yeah, so. I also gotta point out again, the fucking contrast in this image is gorgeous, beautiful.
And that was also with the 85.
I can always tell is that those blacks are fucking phenomenal. I decided to go a little more abstract with the theme.
I'm glad you did because I was like, you can do something creative. Get out there,
Well, originally speaking, I had woke up that morning and I shot this bullshit photo of myself. It was bullshit.
It wasn't bad, but
it wasn't good. I didn't really feel like shooting at all that day. It was like the first day of this whole thing where I woke up like fuck, I don't want to do. I just want to sit on my ass and watch YouTube all day.
Yeah.
But I sent you the photo, and luckily you were honest with me. You're like, man.
Oh yeah, I'll be honest with you.
So that kind of lit a fire under my ass, and then I'm like, okay, fine, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking figure something out. And I'm like, okay, dark. What can I do with dark? And the only thing that was coming to me was like, I want to do something like really gory and bloody, like I used to do back in the day. Like I used to do almost strictly like macabre photos.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So like I know how to like. I have the perfect recipe for fake blood, all that stuff. So like I just made a Facebook post like, hey, who wants to be my model? Kelsey luckily stepped up
for the win.
Stepped up to the plate, and dude, she was so fucking cold.
Oh, I can fucking imagine. Yeah.
You could see the steam rising off of her body. And what's crazy is that if you look at these pictures, she totally looks unfazed in all of them.
Yeah, no.
Which is kind of a strange contrast to the cold ones, because I wanted Chelsea to look vulnerable, but I wanted Kelsey to look like she's just all blooded out and doesn't give a shit. We caught it right at the right time of day. She did so good.
I do disagree with you choosing that photo. I think the photo coming down with her bloody hands and the woods all around. You know what I'm talking about? The direct shot.
Yeah.
That shot was so fucking dope.
There's a reason why I didn't pick that one.
Why?
It reminded me of one of your photos.
Which one?
Like nothing, like not specific, just like a photo that you would do.
Maybe that's why I love it so much. I was like, that's dope. Oh man, I thought that was.
I love that photo too, but I'm like, man, I feel like I'm kind of like.
But this is classic. This is like classic. The lighting, it looks good. The blood, fucking the trees and everything looks awesome.
You're not the only one that disagreed with me. It seemed like Facebook, especially. There was one picture, and it had.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
That's my least favorite photo of the set.
It looked good, but it wasn't dark. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it is a good shot.
I don't think it's that great. I just don't think it was that great of a shot.
I think it might have been like, I guess I feel like the way it's angled or whatever, like the horizon, like the landscape, just looked really dramatic, like epic a little bit.
I can agree with that.
Yeah,
but like that's the kind of thing that's always so surprising to me, because the shot that I think everyone's gonna love, it's almost never that shot.
Yeah,
it's always the one that I'm like about, but I think it's just the photographer in me. Like
probably.
The reason I don't like the shot that I'm talking about is I felt like I had my f-stop too wide open. And it made shit washed out. But the thing was, is like we were shooting over a puddle, so like I couldn't get down and look. I just had to hold my camera and hope that I had the composition where I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
And like I think Kelsey killed it. Like as far as like cold, like if it was cold, if that would have been the theme, that might have been the best picture to use, because she's literally laying.
Oh yeah, her posing in this is great.
Yeah, which she did so good.
Oh yeah, no, it's awesome.
This is my first time ever shooting with her.
And like last podcast we did, I talk like, especially with me, like tattoo wise, like I get weird about having my tattoos in the photos. Like she just looks like a tattooed chick. Yeah. So like all her tattoos don't like, they look. The flow looks good. Yeah. So it doesn't distract from the actual photo.
Yeah, I couldn't really like that. I couldn't imagine doing this shoot with anybody else. My original idea for this was I wanted to use a guy. Like I wanted to have a guy all bloodied out and like laying in a puddle. But then, Kelsey got a hold of me, and I'm like, that could work even better. Oh yeah. Because she just had she has a very dramatic look to her. She has
a unique look for sure.
And it just worked.
Yeah, no, she killed it. You both killed it. Yeah, back to Jordan, coming in the clutch.
Wait a second. What was the theme on this? Cozy.
Cozy.
This is
cozy.
And what's really funny is we both went a very similar direction with this.
Well, that's because I was like maybe I'll do something cute with like Kayla and my cat Sam. I was like, I want to do something artsy. So I was like, if I can't think of anything cool, I was like, I'll go. And I wasn't planning on doing it in the daytime. I was like, maybe at night I'll go out in the woods, light a bonfire, get like a cup of coffee or something. But bonfire was like what I was thinking. And then this motherfucker, like he's like, hey, check these out. And I was like, God damn it. I was like, this is what I wanted to do. And I was like, it looked good though. No, I was, we'll get to your photo, but I was super happy with yours. So I was like scrambling for ideas. I was like, well, I still want to do something with fire because I can't think of anything. I want to do it at night. And I was like, how can I? I was like, maybe just like a blanket of fire would be really cool. The original idea, because I was trying to go way off the grid with it, was I really want to start shooting two people, like guy and girl, And
oh yeah, you asked me if I would do
and
that.
and the idea was two people, not fully nude would have been rad, but just nude up, and they are just embracing each other, kind of like a hug, but they're not hugging. They're just like kind of melting into each other, like just in their shoulder. You can't see their face, you see their hair. And then I was gonna have both of them have the opposite arms held up with a torch lit. And
oh, that would have been cool.
And I just a wide, like I was kind of getting wide shot. I thought it would look fucking rad, and because I like couples, like two people. Ben Say-So, dude, fucking inspires the shit out of me with his angles and his warm tones and stuff. I'll have to show you, but that's kind of where I got the idea, because he did a photo with his girlfriend where she's like in his arms melting. But I mean, you see his face; it's more like a cute shot in their house. But I was like, that's where I kind of got the idea from. Anyway, Callista having personal stuff going on, so she wasn't able to make it. Luckily, Jordan was like, hey, I'm down for the fire blanket idea. And because motherfucker was like, oh, I'm not in shape enough to take my shirt off. I was like, you fucking liar. I was like, you handsome son of a bitch. I was like, whatever. And like I said, don't pressure anybody. I was like, you don't want to take your shirt off? Totally cool. So I was like, that's fine. I have a backup idea. I'm just thinking you cozied up in a blanket that's just on fire. What I didn't know was, and this was during the start of the snowstorm, that I totally forgot he lived in Fort Madison. I just assumed when he said he was down to do it, he was already in Keokuk.
I didn't even think about that.
No, he drove all the way from Fort Madison at night in the middle of the snowstorm to come do that photo with me. Thank God, because it looks dope. And we busted it out really quick because it was snowing so hard I couldn't keep the fire lit.
Yeah. That was going to be my question.
Yeah. So the light kicker is my lights from my car, my headlights, and then the spray paint. And I had to Photoshop the lighter out, but he had the lighter with him, and we just kept spraying and he kept lighting.
Oh, that's cool.
And in a perfect world, we would have had all this on fire too. But anyway, the fire made the snow look great. He didn't get burned, which is awesome. No, it looks great. He has a really good jawline, so it just looks really dramatic.
His jaw does look super sharp in that. I love the snow. The snow is my favorite part of this image for sure.
Oh yeah, and I did what I did with that other photo with the dagger and Callista, where I totally took all the color out of this. The snow is white, obviously, but with the headlights shining, kind of warm. I took all that out, so only like everything touching kind of around his aura was warm.
Yeah, and I love like the snow coming off of him has like an orange color to it too. Was that just like serendipitous, or did you like Photoshop that?
No, that's just because the whole photo's like orangish. So like I just I took basically all the color out of the photo besides him. And then the snow that was already lit orange from the fire, so that's all natural. That's just how it looked. The whiteness is what's photoshopped, or at least just decreased.
Yeah,
so.
desaturated. Or
yeah,
whatever.
Desaturated. Yeah,
but super dope photo. I'm a really big fan of that one. Honestly, I kind of forgot about this one. This one might be my favorite one.
It's a tough call. I feel like we both had a good week.
Yes, I agree with that. Yeah. But my second week, I think, is I'm getting my flow back.
Definitely.
So I feel better about this week as well. Anyway, okay, on to mine. My friend Jared Oliver, killing it. He offered to do it. Like he woke up. He's like, "Hey, what's your word for the day?" And I told him. And he's like, "Well, do you have an idea?" And I told him the idea. He's like, "Can I be in it?" I'm like,
hell yeah,
absolutely, you can be in it, bro. So we went down. There's like this junkyard in our town, and if you keep going,
oh, that's where this is.
Yeah, it's like down that road where Raritan's is at.
Yep.
Which, by the way, the photo that I did today, which we will get to soon, that couch behind
That's
him
what I thought.
is the same couch.
I figured. I was like, how many fucking abandoned couches are there?
But like it sucks because that area could be so beautiful, but there's so many like trashy ass people that just dump their shit there, so it's just full of garbage, which is awesome for photos.
Oh yeah.
But like sucks for life.
It's weird because a lot of people. It's a big fishing spot.
Yeah.
But then it's just a big dumping ground too. Which, that one area it's specifically.
Yeah, but anyway, I shot this with my Sigma 50mm art lens. I was nervous about it because I shot this at 1.4, which isn't something I normally do.
You baby.
But I was like, I'm doing it because I wanted that bokeh in the background.
Oh yeah.
Jared killed it. He did exactly what I had in my mind. Like this photo is exactly how I saw it in my head.
Oh, I'm so glad. This is the one I definitely want you to pick. It's just desolate, and like there's just a little bit of warmth, which I mean, it looks like somebody that finally found a cozy spot to fucking forget about whatever shitty thing they're doing in their life. So no, I love this photo. I mean, I don't got much to say because it just looks good. It just looks dope.
You know what's funny about this day was earlier in the day I was having a conversation with my mother, and she's like, "What's your word today?" And I'm like, "Cozy." And she's like, "Oh, you gonna do something with like a fire and like someone curled up reading a book with a hot cocoa?" Yeah. And I was like, "No, I'm gonna have a guy that looks homeless curled up next to a shitty homemade fire." It's like, "That's not cozy at all." I'm like, "Well, Mom, it's cozy if you're homeless. That's the best thing you're gonna get."
Yeah.
And I think she really wants me to do a photo at some point in the 365 days that isn't either surreal or dark. But at the same time, she gives me shit too, because she's like, back in the day, you were always the one that did the artsy, cool photos, and now it's Canyon, and you're doing all this editorial stuff. I'm like, Mom, pick a fucking lane.
Pick a fucking lane. What's your mom's name again?
Tracy.
Tracy, pick a fucking lane, Tracy. Now, Tracy's always been really nice to me. Your son got me into conceptual photos, so if that makes you feel any better.
Well, that's the thing, is like, I love doing that kind of stuff, but I feel like you kind of took the ball and ran with it. So when I do the more surrealistic, artsy stuff, I kind of feel like I'm ripping you off sometimes. No. Like, dude, our styles are similar when we do those things.
True, but I don't think we've ever blatantly ever like I never looked at a photo of yours and thought, what the fuck? Like, I'm always just like, damn, why didn't I think of that? I don't know, maybe that's just me as a person, but I've never seen a photo that you've done where I'm like, you ripped me off.
I've definitely done photos where I felt like I ripped you off. Like the photo you liked with Kelsey. I totally felt like I ripped you. I didn't mean to. Like, it just it happened that way. But I was like, I can't. Like, that's probably my favorite picture too. But I felt like it was too much like a Canyon photo.
I don't know. I disagree. I don't own conceptual photography. But it was dope. And this photo's dope. The fire looks great. He looks great. I actually thought it. I hope he doesn't get mad. I didn't know if it was a woman or what. Because in that photo in particular, it just looks like a.
You can't really tell. Like you can't.
Because at first, from a distance, when I first saw it, I thought it was like some like chick in a fur coat. I was just like on the ground. But then I saw the blanket and everything, and then the later photos, I said, "Oh, hey, I know that guy." No, awesome photo.
Another funny thing about this one too is, like most of these are shot outside. It's been fucking freezing because it's January in Iowa. But this day. I made him get muddy before he wrapped the blanket around him. I kind of wish I would have made the blanket a little more dirty.
See, I like that it's not. It's more like the contrast, like it in comparison to the background.
Yeah.
So.
But he was so comfortable because he was laying next to a fire. I could not keep that fucking fire lit. By the way.
Yeah, I saw you post about that.
We had gasoline as our fire source. But all the wood was so wet, and we only brought a little bit of like newspaper with us. So once that newspaper burned, keeping that fire going, like I had to, and it was just me and him. So I had to set him up, then take the gas can, dump the gas on the fire, scoot way back because 50 millimeters is too close. So I had to get way back and then grab the image before we need
an assistant.
I know.
Like every time I've had Jordan or somebody help me, I'm like, this is a whole new world. Yeah. It's like I can do so much more now.
Yeah.
What's also funny is if you go my photo and then your photo, it's just crazy that like was the environment compared to yours.
Yeah, like same day.
Just
but we literally got like 11 inches of snow in less than a day.
It was ridiculous. Yeah, I think that's like the most snow I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was crazy, and it just kept snowing. It didn't stop until like early this morning almost. Like it was like intermittent at one point, but intermittent. I mean, at one point, but. Yeah, anyway, I think the picture turned out cool. Definitely. I really like that our images kind of have a similar vibe to them. I think it's cool that we kind of went
They look like they're in the same universe.
Yeah. Different parts of the world, but same universe. And even though like they were shot, 4 miles apart?
Yeah.
They look similar, but different at the same time. And Definitely. I love that. Black and white. Dude, I hate you for this. You fucking killed this. Dude, I think this is the third time I've said it, but this might be my favorite one for this week.
I'm telling you, dude, Lucas comes in the fucking clutch. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna find somebody to fucking. He was just like, oh, you want to pop my shirt off? I was like, Yeah. I was like, go ahead, man. No, the original idea for this photo, I don't think I posted it, was I was going to I bought like a small thing of actual house paint, and then I got black body paint because I didn't want him to get fucked up. And I was going to have to where it looked like a pool of just liquid black on the ground. And then I was going to have it going where it looked like it was going up his back like an infection, and it was going to have just black on his back. We tried that, but the paint was so heavy that it kept sinking into the snow, and it just kind of looked like drizzle. I got to where it could drizzle on top of the snow, but I couldn't make it look like a black pit. That was a fucking bummer. So we just kept fooling around. I did the arm one, which I was pretty happy with. I honestly couldn't decide between this or the arm one.
Yeah, the arm one is super.
I was pretty happy with it. And then I was like, you know what, just cover your arms in black. Like, you just, I don't know. I just I wanted it to look like he was infected, but it kind of turned out more he was just. I don't know the concept. I can nail down what he is.
Yeah,
I know what happened, and I kind of like that a little bit. Like, it's kind of more of an unknown dude in the woods, just like black. Like, what the hell's going on?
See, to me, when I until you just explained that to me, I just thought he was covered in mud.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, to me, it looked like he was a dude that just lost his clothes and is in like a shitty situation.
And I'm down for that too. It would have been kind of cool if I would have just covered them all in black, but
I'm really glad you didn't do that.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Like, for the obvious connotations, but
I don't think it would have looked like black, because he joked. He's like, I don't want to do blackface. I was like, I'm not gonna make you do blackface.
But no, I think it gives it like a level of despair that you see little blotches of skin. I love that little bit on his face.
Yeah. I'm all about hair cover, because he doesn't have long hair, so just as much as he can cover. And yeah, it looks really wide. And yeah, no, it was so crazy while it was snowing in that spot because it was right by where that tree was. Winter Wonderland out there. It was ridiculous how just white everything was. So I was like, I did not want to do a black and white photo, even though it was super tempting to make that black and white. And I was like, black, white, what the fuck can I do? And I thought about it at work. And luckily my store closed down early. And I had enough daylight to make it happen. So very happy with that photo.
Yeah, super killed it. I did go the black and white route.
And it looks great.
I actually had to work that night. I'm a bartender at a place called Chintz's in town. And this is one of my regulars. Every time he comes in, he gets fucking 2 Keystones.
There you go.
A man. Yeah. And then, sometimes 2 turns into 6 or whatever. Yeah. But he was there chilling, and the bar was pretty dead because it was a fucking blizzard outside. But he saw that I had my camera because after I closed down, I was invited to go to a birthday party.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to go just take photos of everybody and hope that I could grab something that worked there. And he's like, come out and do a photo of me. And I'm like, fuck yeah, well, because you have a really dramatic look about you.
It's everything I like about a black and white portrait. It's just super, what's the word? I guess, did you up your clarity on it or anything? It just looks really like...
I definitely did.
That's what I like about it. I don't know what that term is for photos. It just looks really just like... I don't know.
My inspiration for this is a guy named Brian Green. He used to make music for my... Well, not really music, but like soundscapes for my videos. Like, probably the most talented human being I've ever met. Everything he ever tries to do, he becomes brilliant at. And I think he lives in Boston, maybe not, but he just walks around the street and he gets right up in people's faces with a wide angle lens.
That's cool.
And all of his stuff is black and white, but he has like a really harsh flash on their face. And it just has this like grittiness and darkness to it that I've never seen someone do as well as him. And when I saw black and white as the theme, I'm like, I kind of want to go the candid route for this because I haven't done a candid yet.
Yeah.
So luckily, this guy was there. He told me, feel free to use it whatever you want. This is right when the snow was just starting, so you see a little bit of like, a little bit of flakiness going on in there. He just sat there and smoked like a champ. And
hell yeah. I love it.
Killed it.
That's a solid portrait.
Thanks, man. All right. And today's picture.
Oh, yeah. That's really intense.
Yeah, that's the most intense one from you yet.
Yeah, so today's theme, a beautiful sight. I could not figure out what the fuck to do.
Me either.
Like, for real. I was like, because Kayla's dad's birthday was today, which happy birthday, Richard. We were supposed to go to his house for a birthday party, but I think it got canceled. But on the way, Kayla was going to get all dressed up, and I was going to take a photo of her because obviously she's beautiful as hell. I was like, that's classic. I can just take a photo of my awesome girlfriend. Just really nice portraits of her out in the snow. Well, that got canceled, and she was wanting to do her own art, and I didn't want to force her to get all dolled up and stuff. So I was like, I got to think outside of the box for this. So I spent like 2 hours going to Goodwill, the antique stores, just trying to find something that would give me inspiration. I ended up walking away with like an hourglass and a farmer's scythe at an antique store. And I thought, oh, maybe I can do something with like death, like somebody dressed up as death out in the woods in the snow, which I couldn't find a cloak and I couldn't find somebody to do it with. So I was like, I'll just put that on the back burner for another day. So now I just have a giant scythe in my car. But so then I was like, okay, scythe. And I just watched Bird Box. I fucking hate Bird Box so much. I hate it so. It's not the worst movie in the world, but like everyone who fucking likes Bird Box, go watch It Follows. Go watch like some really good suspenseful movies with monsters you don't see, and you'll be like, oh damn, Bird Box sucks. Don't get me wrong, I love Sandra Bullock. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, I don't want any spoilers, but it's about monsters you can't see. You look at them, worst fears, you end up killing yourself. And I like what one YouTuber I saw, one of my favorite dudes, reviewing it, referred to it as a very like Lovecraftian, Cthulhu-esque monsters. I was like, that's dope. I was like, from that point, I kind of like it. And that's kind of where I got this photo, was like, it was a mixture of that, and then there's also the dude who made District 9 has some videos where he's been producing his own like mini movies that are like 30 minutes long, and there's all about this one that if you see it, it like starts infecting your brain and like cuts out his eyes. And I was like, that's dope. So that mixed with Bird Box, I was like, okay, let's make it look like I've already gouged one eye out because I've seen this being that I can't accept. I just like my human body cannot just take it in, so I have to like gut out what I used to see them. And yeah, so with this, I just took some paper towels mixed with some fake blood that I have on stockpiled from Halloween, mixed it up, stuck it in my eye, and then got too close to my eye.
Yeah, that makes me fucking uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was too close to. I was like, man, one sneeze, I'm fucked. No, I'm super happy with it. I haven't done a self-portrait since the first day. And no, I mean, the mirror looked really good. Everything worked out. I knocked that out in like 15 minutes.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, no shit. Like, well, just the whole, not the editing part, which the editing part was fine too. But everything worked out really well.
I really, really like the fact that you desaturated the background.
Yeah.
Like, it makes the red pop a lot.
Yeah, because my bathroom's like kind of I hate green tones, and that's what it was. So I just like.
See, I hate yellow tones.
Oh yeah, I hate green more. I hate green more. So I sapped all that out. No, I'm happy with it. I didn't want to stress out about today because I was I already wasted so much today, so I did not want to waste the rest of my day. And no, it turned out really good. I think it was a nice end to my week.
Yeah, for sure. I really like it a lot. And mine is, I shot this with Jessica Dalton, who's incredibly beautiful.
Yeah, I've never seen her before.
Yeah, I met her a while back, and she's just a super pretty girl that was down to sit on a couch on fire.
There you go.
And we weren't even going to do this originally. Mm-hmm. My original idea was, and I'm working on those now. I haven't finished these photos yet. Mm-hmm. We did those as well, but I took a sheet and wrapped the sheet around her face, and then made it like taut, so you see the outline of her face.
Oh, that's cool.
And I had water like shooting at her like this from in a shower, and then like I had the light directly above her head, so you see these like deep shadows and like the crevices where her eyeballs are and stuff.
You should have done that. I want to see that now.
I'll show that.
I want to see that now.
But you know, my brother had the idea to light the couch on fire, so I'm really into fire lately.
Yeah, it's
so
great. It's my fucking cop out. If I went in doubt, I light something on fire. Yeah. For real.
But she super killed it. It was my first shoot with her ever. Mm-hmm. We always talk about shooting, but then, you know, she lives in Missouri, so a lot of times it's hard to do.
Definitely.
But you know, she killed it. She has such a face for photos. It worked so well.
No, it's clean. I like the contrast with it. Speaking of fire, I would have just lit the umbrella on fire.
Well, I wanted to light the umbrella on fire, but it's Dakota's and he wouldn't let me.
Yeah, to be fair, I've done it before. It was a little bit. I think it was a plastic umbrella, which I guess they're all plastic. It would have dripped.
Yeah,
it would have dripped for sure. It might end up being really bad. So, no, it looks good. I mean, I don't know her, but she looks beautiful. Beautiful sight. With also a chaotic scene going on, and I think that is what really ties it in, and it looks great.
Yeah, I was really happy with this one. This is probably my favorite image from this week, which is nice because when I woke up today, I had zero ideas. I was just throwing shit at a wall. I did a shoot with my brother shooting himself in the head. That was the first one.
You know what's weird? I the first photo I saw was him with his back turned to the camera with the gun up to his head, and I looked at it, I was like, is that fucking me? I was like, I recognized my neckline. I was like, did I take a photo like that? And is he photoshopping it in there? I swear to God, because they had this. I was like, was that during my suit jacket phase? I'm not saying I look anything like Dakota, but from the back, I just saw it with his hat on. I was like, the fuck. But yeah, no, I really like those.
Yeah, they turned out pretty good. I don't think they really fit the theme
Yeah.
that well. I'm really glad that we ended up doing these as well. And you talk about having an assistant. Super helpful having my brother there because he lit the couch on fire. Then he also held my light for me because my stand is still broken. It's probably never going to get fixed. So I had someone to help with all the crucial elements.
Definitely.
So, and like, turns out using lighter fluid much better than using gasoline because that fire just kept going and going and going. Even when we tried to put the thing out.
Oh yeah, I've never messed with gasoline.
We flipped the couch over. We threw snow at it, and every time it just like miraculously would just re-spark in some other place. Like I think we took more time putting the fire out than we did taking the photos themselves.
Definitely.
But I'm super happy with it. I think it turned out really good. I really love this challenge because every day is forcing me to think of something cool. And I like that I'm doing it with you because half of these days I would have copped out when I just didn't want to shoot. But
Same.
Then I end up seeing your shit and I'm like, nope. Gotta fucking.
I had like 2 days where you fucking did that to me. I was like, cause, yeah, there's like today I was even taking photos of Kayla, which I do want to take photos of Kayla at some point. But like I want to be weird with it. Like I want to get like we don't always have to think outside the box. I'm like, but we should.
Yeah,
we should.
We definitely should. When we can, we should.
When we can. Which I know there's a few other people out there doing the 365 along with us. Which we should get them on the podcast.
Yeah, we should. We should.
But if it's getting down to the wire, don't fucking throw a fit or fucking stop your project if you have to cop out with the most simplest of images because it's gonna happen to us. This is gonna run out.
It already did happen. Like my black and white photo was a cop out because I had to work. I wasn't gonna have time to do
it. But you can still make a basic, like not even a basic photo. It's a portrait. And it fucking looks great from a technical standpoint. So if you're gonna do something that is more not mundane, but more simplistic or just not outside the box, whatever category, whether it be a landscape or portrait or something like that, just make it look great.
Yeah.
Just fucking kill it from a technical standpoint. Be better.
Yeah. And you're definitely gonna have days that you just don't like your photo. I think I only have one so far that I don't like. So 1 out of 14, I'm batting pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
But by the end of the year, I'll have probably like maybe 50 to 100 images, and I'm just like, this isn't really up to snuff. Some days you're not gonna get what you want.
Yeah.
The real thing about this that I think makes it paramount, like makes it something that you should try if you're a photographer, is it forces you to keep that camera in your hand.
Yep.
And if you get complacent, it's really not like riding a bike. Like you lose stuff if you don't keep at it all the time.
Definitely.
And that's what I feel like my first week is like I like the photos. I think I got some good stuff that first week, but something wasn't clicking. And then this week something clicked, So it's forcing me to keep shit in my hand.
Definitely.
So yeah. Anyway, we're almost at exactly an hour.
Man. Oh, nice. We're
Holy
killing
shit.
it. So keep trudging on if you're doing the project with us. Let us know you're doing the project with us because we'd love to get you on.
Yeah. If you are listening to this right now and you would like to come on, send us a message. We'll make it happen. We love to talk with other people too.
Yeah, my buddy Corey Guzman's doing it.
Yeah, I saw that.
She's like the first photographer I ever met before I even found out about you. Back when I was in like 8th grade. Insanely incredible. She put it on the back burner because she had a family, so had a kid, and now she's picking it back up again, and she's fucking killing it. Like, it's so awesome to see that. So, so like her, just do it. Be creative. 2019.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about. Be the best you.
Or at least be a decent you.
Yeah, just be a decent.
2018 was like how to be the worst you, at least for me. Like, be the worst version of yourself you can be. Now I know what the worst version of myself is. I'm not confident that I know what the best version of myself is yet, but I'm about to find out. That's what this year is going to be.
That's what we'll end it. Cliffhanger.
See you guys next week.
See ya.